Hi there guys, it's District here. Just going to show you a quick video with a track that's coming out of my next release on Chestplate. I'm going to show you how I've actually made the track and laid it out in a piece of software called Cubase. I'll just play it for you now.
Transmission control, 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 transmission control.
I think you get the right idea. So I'll start with the vocal bit at the start, which is I got it off YouTube. There's a trailer for, I don't want to say what it is in case I get busted, but I basically found a video trailer for something that's coming out, and it's just a long section of someone talking, and I chopped up the audio. I think it's just an MP3. So it literally just fits in that half a bar section of just saying
Transmission control, transmission control, transmission control.
Kind of wanted to nick the idea from Addison Groove's Foot Crab, if you've heard that. That is literally the same thing all the way through, and the actual pattern of it becomes the bass line on the 17th bar. Once the drop comes in, I use a vocoder and a sampler to process the vocal into a bass, so you can hear them both running together like this.
Transmission control, transmission control, transmission control, transmission control.
Should be able to hear the sort of pattern with the vocal still running through. And once I sort of got that was kind of the main crux of the track. I wanted to build on that. So started off with what most people do, I suppose. I've got a kick. Nothing too fancy. I do process all of my sounds before I actually make a track. I don't tend to put them all together and then mix them and stuff like that. I tend to build a sound, and I'll play with some kicks, and I'll make some kick sounds, and then I'll save them in a folder, and then one day I'll work on some snare sounds or percussion loops and stuff like that, and then basically build up a folder of these different things. So when it does come, when the creative juices are flowing and you want to make a track, it's really simple to just drag and drop in. You're not faffing around and compressing or EQing loads or doing anything crazy like that. I've been doing this for a couple of years now, and it just seems to make everything a little bit quicker if you separate the two, rather than making a track and then getting halfway into it and deciding you're not happy with a certain sound and trying to mix it and trying to fix it, and it just, you kind of kill the vibe straight away, which isn't very useful. I'll just play the kick. Pretty weighty bottom endy kick. I think it's got a little bit of compression on there. It'll have been EQ'd. It's probably layered with another one on the top just to give it that sort of natural kick drum sound. Really short tail. I've done a volume fade on there. no, as you can see on the side here, there's no effects or processing or anything on it. It's literally just going in dry. Snare sound, made a 909. I've been making my own computer sort of drum machine hits recently, and I made this 909 sound and just put I've got a fab filter on here, just pulling down 5k, these like classic. I'll play it first. Yeah, these 909 sounds, really good, like clean bottom end for cutting through a mix, but they've got a little bit sort of, it's like a white noise stab that you put in it, and it's a little bit too much. I've taken it out there, I've rolled it off, and just to replace that, instead of putting more reverb on it and filling out the track, I don't really like using too much reverb because it makes it a bugger to mix down. So I've used a crash cymbal here. Just pull the volume up so you can see what it looks like. Just faded it in so it doesn't damage the transient, and you can literally just about hear it. It's a little tiny splash, but you can use that instead of the reverb, and it's a little bit more natural when you put them together. I'll play them together actually first. Sort of gives it a little bit more of a natural sound, less of a computery sound, as it were. And a couple of edits here I've like chopped them so they finish on the end of the bar, just to give that first kick back into it a little bit more presence. But most of the time it's running through, it's carrying over. Again, pretty simple because I've already processed them and EQ'd. There's next to nothing on them. There's just a little tiny bit of EQ. Let's just open this up. We've got a percussion, just a couple of little incidental things to keep the track flowing. I've got some little bleepy stabs, I think, that I've made in the sampler. Not even playing. There we go. See, you can't even really hear them in the track. They're just really subtle, and a little bit of EQ just to take out some of the harshness in the top. I don't know what's going on there actually. I've got a fade so they ride up to the end of the bars. I've just got some little filtered woodblock sounds as well. They'll have been made in the sampler. They're rising up as well. Nothing too fancy at all, but they just help keep, you know, the interest moving and progression, especially if you're looking to build up to another section or change it over. I've got my hats, there's a little bit more going on here. So quite sort of splashy mechanical sounds. Got a big crash in there. That's really high passed. And just pretty much doing the same thing the little reverb on the snare's doing, to be honest. Got some more sidechain crashes in there just to kind of going for a sort of metal-y sort of sound with the drums, so lots of like splashy sounds. Loads of drum and bass artists and stuff use that as well, just to kind of give it a bit more energy. And you've got loads of space in 140 BPM stuff to do that sort of thing. Just some basic hats, nothing too fancy. A couple of open hats. But the actual main groove and sort of energy in the track comes from these shakers that I've sidechained to the kick. Not in this project, they've been done already. They've been sidechained to the kick and the snare, so they rise up, and that's kind of what actually gives the drums the main groove if I just play them on their own. You can hear them sort of slowly getting louder in between the beats, and then when you play all the drums together, just kind of brings it into next hit, as it were, and makes it sound a little bit more energetic. If I take it out, it just sounds a bit ploddy. I know there is sections with that in, but if it was going for the whole track, it would be yeah, that's the drums. Subs, it's just a note, it's just a sub, just pull this down, just a sine wave. I've got it chopped up really tight with the pattern on the mids, just to try and give the actual mids a little bit more like sort of emphasis, but I'll show you that in a sec. And you can see they're all, it's literally audio, there's nothing fancy on there. No max bass, no distortion, no tube. I've not even put an EQ on there. It's just literally just hitting the bottom, whatever that means. These are my mids. I made these. I said earlier, I use a program called Vocodex, which the guys that make Fruity Loops have made. I've just switched to a new computer and upgraded to 64-bit, and I just can't get it to work with it at all. So if you work for ImageLine, get it sorted, please. It's because it's a fucking wicked plugin. It's really, really good. You can make some disgusting like bass sounds with it, textures, pad sounds and stuff. It's really good, and you can literally run anything through it. You can see these are my channels where I made the actual bass sounds, and it's a group with the vocoder on, and I've got a short circuit sampler, which is like a freeware sampler, and that's just playing the same vocal track that's in the audio at the start, and that's going to the vocoder, as is a short circuit, which is, I might even be able to show you. This is the sampler. It looks really old and tatty. The interface isn't very, posh or modern, but it's really simple, really handy, very quick. Let me just knock this off, and you might be able to hear it. Is it going to work? It's saying it wants to. Let's change the output for. Yep, that's the bass noise that actually goes underneath with the vocal and combines to make these ones here. So you can kind of tell that you can see that they're a little bit more different. I'd love to go into more detail on it, but because it's just not happening, I've used JBridge. If anyone knows a better way to get it working, or you've got a 64-bit computer and you've got it working, leave me a comment or hit me up, because I want to use it again still. So yeah, those Reese bassy noises that have been sort of fudged together, as it were. There's just two of them. I'll just play one. One of them's really quiet. One of them's really loud. There's nothing special about them. I think I'd used a Pro Q, and I'd done some mid-side stuff to sort of thinking I was showing off, thinking I was like making it sound better. But when I came to do the mix down for the release, I just switched it all off, and it sounded fine. Sometimes you can make them sound really wide. You can do that to your mids, but this occasion didn't really need it, so I just got rid of it all, knocked it on the head. Yeah, so and then it's literally just the same. Probably could have just turned one of them up and it would have done the exact same thing. It's not going to make a difference. Just got them chopped up really tight. Again, just like the drums, just that way. Just kind of makes the mixes a little bit clearer. You've got room for everything else. Like a lot of like producers that, or engineers even, that do metal bands and anything with guitars in and stuff. Like if you've heard any kind of metal stuff that's got a chuggy guitar rhythm or anything like that, you can guarantee if the production's tight, they'll have done something like that where they've chopped in little gaps, and most of the time you can't even tell, but it just eliminates all that like grey sort of area noise and just makes it sound super tight. So that's kind of what I've done for this as well. All these little filler mids that are going in here.
Transmission.
They're let me knock that one off. They've also been put through the vocodecs. I'll have used maybe a different bass sound. I should probably explain this a little bit more. I've got with the short circuit sampler. I will make like a long bass note and have different twists and modulations and stuff, and I'll play it and try and get like a riff or stuff like that normally. So I've actually got like a folder with, that's just one of the folders, and they're all the same resound, but they've got different effects on, or they've got different I'll just pull another one over there. Let's have a little play. Like, this sounds terrible, but just for some reason the vocodecs just makes it sound like good. Like it's baffling piece of kit, but it's really good. I think that's that's an octave up. So yeah, you don't even need to have good sounds, which is really sound. But yeah, that's how I did that. I made loads of different like filler mids. If I just zoom out, you can see there's a couple of different channels where just different bass noises for different sections. Try and keep the edits, just keep it interesting. I've used, as a handy little note I've put on the channel, I've used a program called Effectrix, which is by a company called Sugar Bytes, which is really good. It's just got loads of like different effects, filters, flange, chorus, all kinds of things like that, and you can program it as like a step sequencer, so it's not necessarily coming in straight away and coming in over the whole of the audio that you use. You can have it so it maybe comes in every half a bar or something like that. Again, I haven't installed it on the new system, but yeah, we've just taken one of these mids that I've made here, or a different variation of it, and run it through, and it's this. You can kind of hear it's got like a Doppler effect, sort of chopping it and then repeating it, a little bit like a Chaos Pad would do if you've heard one of those. What's this one doing? Yeah, that's just got like a filter on it. It'll just be a high pass or a band pass, squelching up in the top mids, rolling back down, and then you've got another little choppy gated sort of repeater effect, a bit like beat repeat actually on the Pioneer mixers, and that's it. Like, wow, simple. I haven't even put any subs underneath it, so it probably sounds cack when you play it out. Just put the vocal under it as well, from the start. This has gone through Effectrix as well.
Transmission.
Can't really hear a great deal, but it is doing the kind of same thing, like chopping up at the end, but there's not really a lot of information there for it to chop and repeat. Just some background noise. So yeah, that's it. Pretty much all the work's in the edits, just making sure that it stays semi-interesting. Like, if, as you heard in the track, there's 32 bars of fast hats and stuff like that, and then it rolls back into a halftime groove with some different mids and a different pattern. I think it's quite important to try and keep it relatively interesting. It's really repetitive vocal sample, and really repetitive bass line. Should probably have done an infinite amount of more work in it, but oh well, it's one of them. It still bangs. Yeah, just some more edits. I'm probably rambling on here. I'll move on to the next section. If there's anything I've missed out or any questions that people have, drop a little comment in the box below. Maybe I'll cover it in my next video. We'll see what happens. I'm probably talking a load of waffle. What have we got next? Got in the lead sounds, just some more atmosphere bits. Got a horn that I made a couple of months ago in Contact. I've got picked up some like orchestral choir sort of symphony stuff, so I wanted to like play around with making more cinematic music, some more like movie trailer style stuff. There's a guy on YouTube who's got a video channel called Daniel James. He's really good, and he just does tutorial videos where he talks about how he sequences stuff, and he's done music for like Halo, stuff like that, so the guy knows what he's on about. Right, where was I? Sorry, my cup of tea went cold. Had to rectify the situation. So these lead sounds, it's just a horn sound with loads of reverb on, I think. Just play it. Yeah, loads of reverb.
Control transmission.
It's got some distortion on there as well, which normally I probably wouldn't use so much on it. On its own it sounds horrid, but in a track you don't really notice it so much. Got a big wide evil pad which comes in later on, which is just 2 notes playing at the same time, but a semitone apart, so like F sharp. There's distortion on it again. Loads of reverb. Bit like some of the early like Metalheadz things and stuff, with that sort of dissonant sort of, I don't know, just makes a nice evil vibe straight away just by playing 2 notes together. So that's those, and atmosphere, just a bit of vibe. Got some like stabs that I've made in the sampler, loads of reverb on. I'll be like, it's really good like way of getting like sort of like tones and stuff like that, is to just use like a woodblock sound or even like a crash cymbal or stuff. Just pitch it like really low down and just like tap the keyboard so it plays, and use all the delay and the reverb and stuff to let it ring out, and those kind of like sounds are pretty decent. Just like that. That's like that'd be like a clave or something like that. Just some weird little bit of percussion. I've got a couple more here. Nothing fancy. All in audio. There's no effects again. And I'll have made like, I've got 4 here that I've just made all at the same time. So I've just gone through different sounds in the sampler but with the same setting. Really quick. I've reversed this one so it like sweeps up to the end of the bar.
Transmission control, transmission.
Yep. And this one as well. Just doing the same thing. And that's it. That's the track. Everything that leads up to it.
Transmission control, transmission control, transmission control, transmission control, transmission control, transmission control, transmission control.
So yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you understood and I haven't rambled on too much. If you like it, leave a little comment. Peace.